Hi, welcome to another episode of Privacy Matters. My name is Tobin. I'm your host. I'm the founder and CEO of the world's first private social network called USpace. Josh Constine recently published an article about the must-have regulation for Facebook, and he hit the nail on the head. So your connections on Facebook correspond to a connection in real life. So here you have a connection here for real life, and it's a reflection of how you live. Let's say you did want to move your social connections off of Facebook onto another platform. It's not possible. This may seem like a small matter, but the point that John makes is that because users are blocked from this process of making a competitive choice to another platform that doesn't data mine you or treats you better or doesn't allow third-party integrations or doesn't have bots, stalkers, etc. What he's saying is if there's a better option, the consumer doesn't have the opportunity to, when they move, they move alone, and then they are forced to manually recreate their network. Part of the advantage of USpace is that it's for your inner circle, right? So you have hundreds of people you know over here. USpace is actually very useful if you just know 4 people, if you know 5 people, if you know 2 people. You have an open connection that's private and discreet for the rest of your life. We say Facebook is for acquaintance maintenance, and then USpace is for your inner circle. So this is your inner circle. And also like important projects and important work. Let's say Facebook does something here, here's Facebook ruling over this, and then they have X incident, and then this breach, and then this unethical thing, and then there's people dying in Malaysia here, and all of these events don't allow people to go because they're blocked. So it's an anti-competitive environment because no matter what Facebook does, this user does not have a reasonable and efficient way to punish Facebook for bad behavior by simply leaving the platform and moving their entire social graph onto another platform. And their friends can also do that, which would quickly build connections and build up a network and fight against what's called the network effect, which works for Facebook. Facebook fights against the network effect because you're locked onto it, right? So a huge amount of their power in people's lives, you are locked into their system and you can't leave. Otherwise, you're abandoning your friends. So Facebook, when you try to delete your profile, when I deleted my profile last year, it said it was like 3 months, and then maybe it was 6 months or a month. I don't know what it is, but it takes a long time for Facebook to actually delete your profile because they want to centralize everyone here inside their platform. They don't want you to leave. They really don't want you to leave. And when you do leave, they have all these, Jacob will miss you. This friend will miss you. You're abandoning your friends and families. Facebook is leveraging your personal connections in order to keep you on the platform. So they're equating Facebook with connecting with other people. Now, that's not unique to Facebook. Connecting with other people is simply a digital social networks function. You can connect better with other people on USpace. The regulation that John is calling for is, okay, let's just remove this barrier and allow people to make a choice safely and securely. It's entirely possible. You can export it and you can import it into another platform and easily move. Now, if this happens, if this gateway opens, then the next time Facebook does something that's really offensive, like integrate into a single platform that it's planning in 2 years, then users can make the choice. Instead of the government pushing regulation like breaking up Facebook, for example, this empowers the consumers to make their own decision and to reward or punish platforms for good or bad behavior, because this would apply to all platforms. All platforms would have to have data portability. because it would be regulation. I assume that's how it would work. But obviously, the first platform that would need data portability is Facebook. Now, the other issue with this is antitrust regulation would take likely years in order to enact. This is a single regulation that opens up Facebook and allows people to go where they prefer to go, and they can do it en masse. Like entire groups of people can bring their entire group of people over to the next platform. Obviously, since we're a competing platform, that's helpful to us. We don't think that it's required. I think that this migration is happening anyway. Just the fundamental principle of empowering the consumer to make that decision and allowing them to not be walled in, not have their relationships held hostage on a single platform, and allowing them to move to whatever platform they want to maintain their relationships in is obviously great consumer legislation and should be enacted immediately. It's something that would not be hard to create. It would be very easy to enforce. It could be done very quickly, as opposed to breaking up or dismantling Facebook. It is the regulation that we need for social networks. Thanks for watching Privacy Matters, and I'll talk to you next time.